I cannot stress this one enough. If you do this, then every preceptor is going to love you. Literally. Hi everyone, it's Laura, and I hope you're all doing well. So today I thought I would give you 6 tips for those of y'all who are either in your dietetic internship or about to start it. So if you're interested, then keep watching. So these tips are suggestions that I've come up with since I've become a preceptor. So I've been a preceptor for about 2 years, and I do the nutrition support critical care rotation. And honestly, a lot of these tips I didn't do as an intern, but now that I'm a preceptor, if you do these things, it will make you stand out in your preceptor's eyes. So tip number 1 is to read up on the topic before starting the rotation. And I know for me, we did modules and I did those, but a lot of that, I didn't do them to learn. I just did them so that they would be done. And I regret that. I wish that I had taken the time to actually read the research articles and really grasp the concepts, because it makes you look so amazing when you come into the rotation already knowing some of the material, because then your level of knowledge that you learn is even higher. Because I feel like I need to start with the basics, but if you already know the basics of critical care, then I can take it to the next level, and so you learn that much more. And so I strongly encourage you not just to do it because it makes you look good, but to do it for the learning benefit. Tip number 2 is to write things down that your preceptor says. Even if you're someone who you remember it, it just makes your preceptor feel like you're listening and that you're wanting to learn. And especially if it's things that she wouldn't have to repeat or he wouldn't have to repeat. So for instance, like the code to the bathroom or the code to our office, or what floor the SICU's on, what floor the MICU's on. You know, just writing down things that she doesn't necessarily need to take time to tell you again. Tip number 3, I'm embarrassed when I look back because I did this, but don't talk negatively about other preceptors to preceptors, because we are all friends, and if we're not friends and buddy-buddy, then we at least respect each other at the very least. And so it's one thing if you have a really bad experience and you want to talk about it, then I'm all ears, but don't tell me their name, don't tell me who they are, just leave it vague, but focus on you. Tip number 4 is to ask questions, but at the same time also be willing to do your own research. Because it's one thing to ask what a specific medication is. Literally, you can just do a quick Google search, type in the medication, and it pops up, right? So that's something that looking it up on your own is totally fine. But then other things like certain concepts, certain procedures, things that you can't grasp, that you need explanation, then of course feel free to ask your preceptor. But to ask them about every little thing that you don't know without taking the initiative, especially when you can just quickly type it into Google and it pops up. Again, I've had students that have asked me a bazillion questions, you know, and not that I get annoyed or that I care, but it just makes you seem more like a go-getter if you just quickly look it up yourself. Tip number 5 is recognizing that every rotation is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to make connections, because you never know where you're going to be, what you're going to do. And I recognize that there are certain rotations that you're like, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that. But I guarantee that in every rotation, there's a learning experience that will help you get to where you want to go. And I highly encourage you to not just write off rotations because, oh, that's not what I want to do. Because in every rotation, there's a learning opportunity. Even if you're learning what you don't want to do, or even if you have a preceptor and there's certain things that she or he does that you don't want to do, then that's still a learning experience. I cannot stress this one enough. If you do this, then every preceptor is going to love you. Literally. But once you're done with your work, then volunteer to help out with anything else. Is there anything else you need help with? A prime example is that we have an intern right now, and this Friday, she got done with her ICU patients, and one of the other dietitians, she overheard her say that she was really busy and that she didn't know if she was going to get everything done, and she offered to help, and she took a couple patients from her. And this was a dietitian who is in surgical ICU, so she's still getting ICU experience. But even if she hadn't have been, even if she was working in a totally different area, just being a team player, it really shows your preceptor that, this is a dietitian that not only is she intelligent, but she's also a team player, and she's going to work well with other dietitians, because preceptors are typically the people that you ask for letters of recommendation. And so when you go into rotations, act as if you're a part of their team. Act as if you're wanting to help out, you're wanting to learn and to have a great experience, but you're also making connections with these people that could last your entire career. So I hope these recommendations helped y'all out. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I love hearing from y'all. Also, if you have suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear those as well. And I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Laura, and I hope you're all doing well. So for those of y'all who are new to my channel, I'm a registered dietitian, and I'm also plant-based. So I got a request to do a workout routine, so I thought it'd be fun, instead of doing one specific day, I would do an entire week's worth of workouts. So y'all can see exactly what a week would look out like in regards to fitness for me.